Hello, this is another episode of Leo Interviews. Today we have Brock Roberts with us.
Thank you for having me, Leo.
Yeah, it was nice having you here. Are you ready? Go ahead and dive into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, tell me a little bit about you.
So I was born and raised in Utah. I'm living in Salt Lake City right now. I work in the SBA field, so I was a BDO for a few years, was also an underwriter for a while. And so yeah, I really like helping small businesses access capital, or more importantly, people that don't own a business, helping them buy a business, kind of getting out of that W-2, the 9 to 5, and finding something a little bit more profitable and, makes them feel better about life.
Mm-hmm. I think like most people who like have a life, they just go to work, like working almost 9 hours, and then come home during like 12. And
Oh,
everyone's just
especially.
dinner's over. The wife was like, "Oh, here's some scraps. You gotta wake up, do it again, keep doing it."
It is not fun, especially the people that have to commute to work. That's why I've actually been thankful for the pandemic a little bit. It's got us all working from home. Not having to drive has definitely saved a lot of time for me.
Yeah. I know like some drives to like big cities can be like because there's like a lot of traffic, it can take like 40 minutes just to get there. Which not only that, but first you have to get up super early, work late, and now like there's a bunch of traffic, like it's just kind of a bummer, really. Like
Yeah.
now I gotta wait 40 minutes just to get there, and it usually takes 30.
That was my problem is I don't like the bad drivers. And so yeah,
Yeah,
when there's bad traffic in the morning, you got people that get you frustrated when you haven't even got to work yet. So yeah,
yeah,
avoiding that has been really nice. But starting fresh with my customers, not having anything else that can kind of distract me.
yeah, yeah, exactly. What is your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
I would say my biggest challenge was probably switching jobs right before the pandemic. So I was an underwriter and I thought I wanted to get into sales. The place I was working at didn't have a spot in sales, so I decided, well, let me go and try and sell myself. That was not the greatest time to do it, as you know, because once the pandemic happened, everything shut down. Nobody
Yeah,
was wanting to spend money. But it was a great opportunity for me to, learn how different banks operate, learn how to sell myself, and then yeah, really kind of communicating with people that get them to want to work with me, because before, when I was just the employee, it was they had to work with me. I was just the one who got assigned that task. So that was really great in helping me do that. And I'm actually kind of in that same spot again now. So I was a BDO for a long time, and a lot of the banks were kind of tightening up. I wasn't able to find my perfect fit. And so now I'm being a loan broker. And so because I was a BDO before, most of my business was coming from brokers. And so now I kind of, my challenge now is, how do I find people instead of like, I was good at marketing to brokers. Now, how do I market to people is going to be my new challenge.
you know. I would say, what is something you are proud of yourself for?
I think that would probably be buying a house at a young age, just because how bad the economy is now. So I
Yeah.
think it's been about 10 years since I bought my first house. And so yeah, just thinking back to, I was young, moving out. I think it was like 23 or so around there when I got it. I was only making $50,000 a year. And so thinking about that and like what the stuff costs today and how I was able to live off that, I was really proud that I took that opportunity to say I wanted to build myself a little bit more financial. I knew I couldn't go out and do all the parties and hang out with friends as much, but I knew that would set me up for a little bit of a jump start in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, just one side question, that I just wanted to know actually was, how cold is it in your place or like your area? Because here it's like 40. Also,
So
guys,
yeah.
Christmas is coming up. I hope you guys had a nice Thanksgiving. But yeah, thanks. I mean, Christmas is coming up soon.
I'm excited for Christmas. What's been a little bit weird about Utah these last few years, like when I was your age, like growing up, little kid, we always had a snowy Christmas. But now it seems like it doesn't start to like really stick until around like
Mm-hmm.
January. And so that has been frustrating, but it does get really cold out here. One interesting story I like to tell people about Utah to kind of give you an idea of what our temperature is like. So my first 2 years of college, I went to Utah State up in Logan, Utah. And for the 1 week when I was there, it didn't get above 10 degrees. Later that
Wow.
year, I transferred to Dixie State, that's in southern Utah. And the first week of school, it didn't get below 95 degrees. And so, yeah, it was
Wow.
like 4 months apart and just vastly different but it is like different areas of the state. So to give you an idea, like even Salt Lake, where I'm at,
Mhm.
last year in March, it snowed like 4 inches. And then
Wow.
later on in March, we hit 90 degrees. And
Oh
so, yeah,
my.
it's just like the swings that you can have here. I always tell
Yeah.
people, bring a jacket no matter what, because you're probably going to need it in the morning and afternoon, but not during the day.
Yeah, here in Texas, it's we're like used to like the hot. So even if it gets like below 70, we're like, oh, it's so cold. Oh, I feel like I'm in a tundra. That's why I'm actually kind of like wearing a hoodie right now, just because in general it's kind of cold.
No, that's how it was when I came and went to Austin. Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be nice and warm, and I'm glad Carl had hoodies for us because it was cold. I did need one.
Yeah. It's like the change that like it's like we're so hot and then we're so cold. Like the weather over here, it's weird. It's weird here in the South. It changes so quickly. I can't keep up. I can't.
No, it is crazy. And like when we were landing at the airport, like it was pretty bumpy. We get down and it was just like pouring rain. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? And like 5 minutes later, it was gone. It was like, oh, the water was there, but it seemed like nothing else happened.
Yeah, it like literally, I bet like just God snapped his fingers and made it disappear out of thin air.
It must be something like that.
He was like, let me just Thanos snap, boom, just disappear somehow. So actually, bit more of a personal question. I know on how you just said that you were on a flight. If you don't mind me asking, of course, what was the flight that you were on? Like, was it for like business, personal?
Yep, so it was business. It was that when I met your dad for Carl Allen and Chris Moore's event. It was pitch comp. And so yeah, what we do is we have a big group of people who they are wanting to buy a business. Some of them have never owned one before. Some of them already own one. And so we put together a great team that will help kind of coach them through that process. And so while we were out there, they were pitching the business they wanted to buy. So they'd say like, here's my experience. Here's what the business is like. Here's the cash flow. Is this one that you guys think is a good one or not? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I would say I like probably 90% of my travel is for work. I'm not a big travel person. It is the flights is what I hate. So I don't know if you're probably too young, but your dad might know. Ashton Kutcher, I think is who it was on the Butterfly Effect. I think it was that movie where he could like close his eyes and he would just reappear wherever he wanted. Like if I travel like that, I would travel a lot more. It's just, that cramped plane for so long is what I don't like.
I feel like people like want more leg room than in like cars, like on airplanes. They're like, please just give us like 1 more inch of leg room.
They got us packed in there though.
Yeah, I feel like cars, like we have so much leg room. We're like, I need less. Like have you ever just like put your feet up and like in the car, and you're like, how am I still not touching? Like, how are my shoes not touching any part of the car?
I did it when I was little. I'm a little bit too big for that now, but I do know what that was like.
But airplanes today, they're all a little crammed, and usually you get it would be horrible to sit in the middle if you have like 2 big guys on your left and right. You're just like this.
A good story about sitting in the middle seat. So I went to Brazil when I was younger to play soccer.
Oh,
and on the
Wait,
flight back, I did. Yeah, so we can talk about that in a little bit. Okay. But on the flight back, I was in the middle seat, and it was an overnight, like a red-eye flight. And I woke up to us landing, and I was drooling on the guy's shoulder next to me. So I was in the middle, and my head went over, and yeah, that was embarrassing.
But yeah, you mentioned soccer.
Yeah, so I grew up playing like pretty much every sport. The one I played the least, I would say, was football, just because smaller. I had to play a little bit lighter when I did that. It's tough. Yeah, I love soccer. Soccer was great. I played forward most of the time, a little bit of midfield, and so only played up until high school. Wasn't good enough to make it past there. But when I was I think it was my 9th grade year, we put a group of people together that we went and played a tournament in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ooh. And so it was a guy that was from there. He moved here and he did that every year. Like he'd bring a U.S. team to play local Brazilian teams. And we were actually the first team in 20 years that had won the tournament. Like usually the
Oh.
Brazil team always won. And so we grabbed the trophy, we're ready to go home, and they're like, no, you guys don't get to take us. Like, what do you mean? We won. And like, well, you're not supposed to win. Like, it's supposed to go to those teams. So, but it was really cool. And what I thought was awesome was like we visited the favela. And so that is like probably, I think it's the poorest place in Brazil. And the stuff that I was surprised of, like people were happy to have a tarp as a roof and 3 walls, to where I'm like, we're used to like a nice house and stuff. So it really gave me a perspective of what like other parts of the world they grew up like doing. And then at the end of the tournament, we ended up giving away like all of our clothes. So the only thing I took home with me off that field was my underwear. Everything else I gave away to everybody else to go and use.
Oh, I know that I guess Brazil's national team, that they're pretty big in soccer and stuff.
There, yeah, it was huge out there. Like everyone loves soccer. I don't really follow it as much as I used to anymore, but yeah, I know. Like I think they're talking about trying to get Neymar in for the next World Cup, see if he's gonna play, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It was awesome out there.
If I'm correct, isn't there like a Brazil player named like Pele or Pele, something like that?
Pele, yeah, he's older though. He's been out for a while.
Yeah. I actually did 2 summer camps playing soccer. I just really enjoy playing, honestly.
It is fun. What position do you play?
Defense. I'm probably like behind the wings sometimes.
Nice, that's good. Defense is fun. I like scoring, so that's why I want to be forward. And when you mess up as a forward, you don't get in trouble. But when you mess up in defense, everyone's mad at you because the other team scored or something.
I remember one kid. He was like the superstar on the other team. He like, you would blink, like if you blinked, you would miss him. Like that's how fast he would go, boom, 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 and score. You're like, what do we do to counter this guy? Like we can't counterattack. We can't do anything. What do we do? Because like they have like really good goalies. So like we're a sitting duck almost.
Well, it sounds like playing against Messi.
Actually, speaking of Messi, is that your favorite player or is it Ronaldo?
I would say I do like Messi more. I mean, I think he has a little bit more ball skills than Ronaldo does.
That actually understands me. You're like the second person, or second, I think, who actually understands who is better. It's clearly Messi.
I think so too. I mean, Ronaldo's cool and he's got some awesome free kicks, but I think Messi's got better ball skills, a little bit better passing, and he's smaller and still is doing a lot. So that to me is why I think he's a little bit better.
Like, no hate to Ronaldo. I think both players are really good, but if I had to pick one, I would say it's Messi,
I would think so. Do you know who's won more trophies? I think it's like the Ballot or something like that. Messi has.
It's always Messi. It will never ever be Ronaldo. No offense, but it will always just be Messi.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you watch the MLS Cup?
Isn't that... We were actually at a hospital for my grandpa. I think they had it... Wasn't it like... I forgot. It's like, I don't know. I actually don't know. It could have been like something else that was soccer related. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they said like the CONCACAF a little bit ago, but yeah, what I thought was cool, because Messi won the MLS World Cup or the MLS Cup, and it's not like he's won bigger cups, but to see how excited he was with his teammates, that was really cool to me. Where it's like he's done bigger stuff, but he is just as excited as those events as he is here.
Yeah. I would have to say, what is a way you think that we could all change the world and probably make it a better place?
I think that maybe would be probably us being a little bit more self-reliant. Because, I don't know how much you know about the grocery store stuff, but I think a lot of the stuff in the grocery stores is not good for us. It's like to where we rely on that stuff. Yeah, we rely on a lot of other people. When that goes away, a lot of problems start. And so I just think if we could be a little bit more self-sufficient, whether that's your little garden in your house,
Mhm.
getting some chickens,
Yeah.
whatever it is to make sure that you can sustain yourself and provide for yourself. I
Mhm.
think that would leave us all better off. Because yeah, then it's no more of like who's paying their fair share or who's
Mhm.
doing this. It's we can take care of ourselves, and
Yeah.
that's what we got to worry about.
So you believe in like the World War III, the government's gonna turn off our electrical grid situation?
Oh, it definitely could happen. Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah, that's what's crazy.
Honestly,
I mean,
like
to
at
me,
this,
yeah.
yeah, I feel like at this point, the grocery stores, we went. I remember one time, my mom, she was getting pickles for like burgers. I love pickles and lettuce on burgers. But she was getting pickles. They had red dye 40. How do you get red dye on a green pickle?
That's a great question.
It doesn't make sense. Like,
It doesn't.
huh? No. What? No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, the one that really did it in for me is I can't remember what news site it was, but they put up like here's Fruit Loops in Europe and here's Fruit Loops in America, and
Yeah.
Europe was like carrots and blueberries and this stuff, and ours was like red 40, yellow 3, and it's like, why do we have different stuff? Like, why can't we be eating the same stuff they are?
Yeah, like, actually, you could probably talk to my dad about this because this trip is super fun. We went to Germany one time, and my dad, he actually raced on the Nürburgring. I don't know if you heard of it.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
we were on the way to Munich and then from Munich to Nuremberg, if I'm correct. But on the way to Munich, we stopped at a gas station, and my mom looked at the Doritos. There was no canola oil, no oils, no nothing bad, no dyes, no artificial flavors or colors. And actually, what we noticed, it was really weird, was that every single time you eat like chips, you just want more. But in Germany, we ate one, and we're like, man, I don't want any more. Like this is good for me.
That is
I
where
mean,
they got to be putting something in our food that
Yeah.
makes us keep wanting more. I think that's like everywhere is like
Yeah.
that. I thought I even saw like McDonald's puts like salt in their Coke, so then it's
Wait.
like as you drink it, you get more thirsty. So I'm like, yeah, they do crazy stuff everywhere.
They put salt in Coke.
I had heard that. I don't know if it's true. And then the other thing I heard about McDonald's that got me is they're only allowed to call their patties all beef because the company that makes them is named All Beef.
But I bet clearly not all beef. I bet like they put like a piece of like a cow poop in a processor and just spits out patties.
They got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I've watched where they make chicken nuggets, and they use every little bit of that chicken to get in there. It's surprising.
Yeah. But my sisters, they actually tried to grow like a little garden in our backyard, and it was going pretty well, but then they kind of like forgot to water it. So we have just deer running along that kind of eat off like all the seeds and little stuff that we have. I think they ate it all already, but I remember seeing the first. It was actually if they probably kept watering it, we would have got one cherry tomato. It was like so tiny. It was like the size of like this, maybe even smaller. And I was like, look at it. It's so cool. And they're like,
Yeah.
what are you? No, it's just like it's so cool. Like
It feels cool to grow your own stuff. Yeah, it's like a nice accomplishment. Like, yeah, it teaches you responsibility because you got to make sure to water it, keep the deer away. I don't really have that problem because I'm in the city. I mean, I have the watering, but not the deer. But I guess what is a little bit cool about Salt Lake City is there's a peacock that runs around my neighborhood, and it's a protected species. Like, so Fish and Game and Wildlife can't touch it, and so it just struts its stuff around the neighborhood all the time.
To me, it was just so cool seeing the cherry tomato just grow on the vine. Sadly, it kind of just wilted because they kind of forgot to water it. But the watermelon. So for some reason, the watermelon grew vines like a 10 million weeds. I'm not joking. Like if the watermelon kept growing, it would have probably been bigger than like the White House. Like I'm not joking. That's how big the roots and vines or whatever it was.
That would be cool. No, did you get any watermelons though, or is it just a bunch of leaves?
No watermelon, because again, they kind of forgot to water it, so that happened.
No, lessons learned, and there's always next
Yeah.
year.
Honestly, I kind of want to grow like potatoes, but I think when the potatoes finish, I just want to get like two googly eyes and a Sharpie and just like draw a smile.
Potatoes are
potatoes.
easy. You have to give it
Yeah.
a try. I did potatoes this last year. Yeah, it wasn't too hard at all. They can
Yeah.
handle a lot less water
Mhm.
too, so that'll give you
Yeah.
guys a good opportunity to miss out and not have it kill everything.
Yeah. When you are scared, what's something that helps you feel brave again?
I'd say I probably just try and think back to other things that I knew I was scared before and I overcame it. And then on the other side, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so I think that's kind of like, yeah, so right now I'm working for Herdwise Capital, and that's kind of like our motto too, is kind of the way that Buffaloes handle it is run into the storm, challenge it, get out on the other side, and then you're not constantly running away from this big scary problem that's in your face.
Yeah. What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would probably say try to have a little bit more patience. You know, all the time when I was younger, I was like, I want to be 21. I got to 21 and I was like, well, now what? So, you know, every time as I get older, I'm always ready for the next step. And I think I would just want to look back and try and enjoy some of those better times a little bit more instead of looking for the next good time or trying to get out of the bad time, is learning from that bad time and really taking into account, because then on the good days I feel that much better. So that's kind of the thing, is what I think about like when I'm sick. Like, you know, whenever I do get sick, I'm like, oh, my throat hurts, like this is terrible. I know on my healthy days, or when I am healthy, I never am thankful for that or take that into account as like, oh yeah, today is a great day, like I should celebrate that a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, to me, one of the best days of the year is everyone's birthday, you know? Like, actually, my sister, she's older. She's 30, 31, 30, I don't know. But she was very lucky because she was born on Christmas Day. So you would get double the presents.
See, I don't know. I thought about that, and because my nephew is in January, and so every time his birthday comes around, his mom's always like, "We just bought you presents." That's why I like being a June birthday, because by the time my birthday comes around, they forgot about what they bought me for Christmas, and it's like a brand new set. But yeah, if you can get the double up, that is good, except for the parents that say, "We're not doubled up."
Yeah. This is like, if they don't get you parent or presents, you can at least just get free cake. So, I don't know.
Can never go wrong with free
It
cake.
might be worth it.
What kind of cake do you like the best?
So, my favorite ice cream would probably be Rocky Road cake. I would have to say, you know, I would probably say vanilla. If you watch actually the first video of Leo interviews, you'll find Dad saying some very an interesting, let's just say very interesting comments. Currently he is muted, but he will be unmuted once we finish this episode. But he'll tell you all about it. But his favorite is chocolate. I would recommend
great
watching the
choice.
first episode to learn more why he likes chocolate more. But yeah, you'll find out why.
I'll check it out, but chocolate is a great choice. That's my favorite too.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory, I think, would probably be going to Newport Beach with my family. I just remember going to the beach and finding shells with my dad, going fishing with my grandma, going to get donuts in the morning with the family. And so it was just, I don't know why, but it always stuck with me. And so we were able to go back just this last summer. I went with our family again. And it was really cool to be like, I remember being half this size and seeing all this stuff. But what I didn't like about it is everything seems so much smaller now that I'm an adult. So when I was little, like there's this little like arcade place, and I thought it was like I don't know if you guys have Nickelcades out there, but I thought it was like a decent size, like maybe like a 20,000 square foot building. I go back and it's like 2,000 square feet. And so yeah, it's just like what I thought was so big and so cool when I was little, it's just not as cool when I'm older. So that's I'm like, well, I'm glad I had fun. I'm glad I have those
Yeah.
memories, and it's cool to go back and see like, hey, I remember when I was little and doing that or playing on that machine or that toy. And yeah, that and I also like it seems like Newport always just has perfect weather. Like every time I go, it's always 70 to 80s and never hotter, never colder.
My favorite probably childhood memory would I would say be like the first time I tried boba tea. Now, get ready for the story. You don't have to believe me, but here's what I'll say. When I tried boba tea, I thought I got enlightened and I thought I was gonna be like ascended into heaven. Like for a second, I started floating. Like I'm not joking. That's how good the taste was. Have you?
See, I've never tried it. Is there like are there different flavors to go after? Or is it all one flavor?
So there's like what they call like dirty bobas. Dirty bobas. I forgot what they put, but they make it look like dirt. But don't worry, they're not actually putting real dirt in it. But boba. So most boba you can get like a lychee jelly, which is basically lychee turned into jelly. Um, then there's like tapioca pearls or like balls. You put it in there, it's like nice and like chewy. And then you can also get pop boba, which is these little tinier, probably tinier than like, gosh, if I had to say tinier than this, probably, but real tiny. And when you bite down on it, it explodes in like strawberry or whatever flavor that you choose for your boba. So you can get like a tea or like a milk. I usually get milk,
Okay.
and then
I'll
they
have to
have
give
like
it a try.
strawberry.
Strawberry
Yeah,
is the flavor to go after.
strawberry's pretty good. I remember we went to this one place that we usually go to get boba. We had this it's called the Oreo Crush. It has crushed Oreos in it. And then milk and then all that.
That would
When
be good.
when I tried that, I instead of lifting like 1 feet off the ground, I lifted two.
Out of the building almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
Uh,
does sound good. I don't know. It'll be a toss up between the strawberry and the Oreo crush for me. Those both sound
okay.
good.
I don't know if they have there. I know some boba places might. I know a couple of boba places like have like something related to like sugar, something like that. It's like maybe if you could find chocolate crush or something like that. I don't know really. But if I had to say, that was probably my favorite childhood memory. Well,
That's a
I'm
good
still in
one.
childhood, but it's still my
So
favorite
far.
memory. Yeah, so far, that is my favorite, I guess, memory.
Nice. Well, I'll definitely have to try one next time I see one of those shops.
Okay, well, this is going to be the end of the podcast, but we saved the best question for last because you are a very special guest. Are you ready for the question?
I am. What do we got?
Do you like Pokemon?
I do. I actually grew up collecting it and I got back in a
Really?
few years ago. So the prices right now suck, but I love it. I think I would actually say my favorite Pokemon is going to be Gengar because no matter what
Really?
happens to him, he's always got a smile on his face. So
Yeah.
I think there was one episode where his trainer left him at that mansion and it went
So
through
wait,
days and he's just smiling, sitting out on the front porch waiting for his trainer to return.
you actually watched Pokemon Journeys then, right?
Yeah, well, so I didn't watch them when I was little, but I started watching them like the last few years, and so yeah, it's like I kind of having to piece together like where I missed spots,
and
but I'm watching them now.
yeah, I think Journeys came out like 2021 recently.
Oh, okay, I'll have to watch
It's
that
really
one.
good.
I'm still on the very first season right now, or the
Oh,
very
really?
first series right now. Yeah,
Oh, okay. My favorite Pokemon is actually probably gonna be Cinderace.
that is a good one. That's the bunny that's like the soccer stuff too, right?
Yeah.
I think it
I don't-
was. Yeah, I can't remember what game it was, but there's one where he does like the Mega Evolution, I think, or it's either Mega Evolution or the Terra
G-Max.
G Max, and like where he has like the soccer ball move, and I'm like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is one of my favorite things in Pokemon is where they're
Yeah.
like mixing sports with the character. That is awesome.
I actually have an EX card. I forgot which Pokemon it was. It looks really good. And then I also have I have two ancients. I don't know if those are any good. Probably go for like
Nice.
$5, maybe a bit more. One of them, I think it was like gouging fire. It turns out, I think it's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm struggling with some of the new ones. Like I'm
Yeah,
still stuck on the original 151, so that's like a
yeah,
lot of my favorite ones. I haven't played the game yet. I would like to maybe try and find the
yeah.
game out, but what I have heard is that the people that go to those gaming events don't have the best hygiene. And so like I don't know if I'd want to sit there and smell that the whole time, you know?
Well, I'm actually collecting some cards. A- actually, I have a legendary Darkrai.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I do have some Cinderaces in my collection, so if it's okay
I'll
with
pay
your
you. I'll
dad,
pay you my.
it's Christmas gifts. I'll get
I
the
will
address
give
from your
you
dad to
my
send them your
Darkrai just
way.
for one Cinderace. I'm not. I'll give you my EX right now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's a Christmas gift. It's heading your way.
All right, I'll mail my card to you, and then you can mail you the Cinderace one.
Sounds like a plan.
So, do you want do you want the Darkrai, the two Ancients, and the one EX, or do you just want one of those?
I mean, really, I'm fine with just giving it to you as a Christmas gift. But if you do
You
want to
sure?
send something back in return, whatever you have,
I
I'm
feel
open
like
to
it's
it.
not fair, so I'll give you something in return.
Yeah, whatever you feel like, I'm open to anything.
Okay. I guess I'll give you the Ancients.
I'll
I
take
think
it.
those
That
are
sounds
pretty good.
awesome.
All right. Well, that's gonna be the end for today's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.